Today, we're going to talk about the best online business to start in 2024. This is a very time-sensitive thing. Whether you're just getting started, whether you're already kind of seasoned or not, we're going to talk about the best opportunity in 2024 to start making some money online.
Welcome to the Mouthful of Marketing podcast, y'all. Today, we're switching it up, though. Today, we got a really interesting topic that we're going to break down, and it's going to help a lot of y'all out there. You want to get into that, bro?
Listen. We're going to talk about the best online business to start in 2024 and really moving forward as well, but especially 2024. This is a very time sensitive thing in my opinion, but I think this is really on point right now. So anybody who's looking to make money online, whether you're just getting started, whether you're already kind of seasoned or not, we're going to talk about the best opportunity in 2024 to start making some money online. All right. So before I get into what it is, I think it's important. Let's backtrack a little bit and talk about why this is the thing that you should do, right? So in history, and I've heard this from a couple different people, and I've kind of understood this concept. But recently, I was listening to Ty Lopez, and he broke this down, and it kind of made me remember all these things. So think about it. Like back in the day, if you wanted to make money, the only real, I'm talking about back in the day, like 1500s, 1600s, right? If you wanted to make like real back in the day, right?
Horse and carriage, buggies,
yes,
that vibe.
That kind of back in the day. If you wanted to make money back in those days, the only real way to make the big money was you had to be a part of government, right? You had to be a part of trade systems and government activities and things like that for you to make the real big money back then. So that was like the age of the governments. And then as things started to shift, then you got into, let's just say the 1800s and you got into the mid, 1900s is when you had the rise of the corporations, right? And you had all these massive corporations that were growing. And really the only way to make big money back in the day in the 50s, 60s, 70s, 80s is you had to be a part of some kind of corporation, right? You either had like to be a CEO of a corporation or you had to be working underneath a corporation or something, right? So that's how you made the money. And now here we are. And I think that this shift happened during COVID 2020 and moving forward. We are now in the rise of the individual. The power is in the hand of the personal brand, right? Ooh, that was a bar. Didn't even think about that.
Bars.
The power is in the hand of the personal brand now, meaning it is now the rise of the individual. And this is the perfect time for you guys to be building a personal brand. So the business to start in 2024, without a shadow of a doubt, is a personal brand. And we're going to get into a lot of reasons why that is. And honestly, like, as I say this, I don't want you to don't think that this isn't for you, right? I don't care if you're a influencer, if you sell digital products, if you sell courses, if you're a consultant, if you sell physical products, e-commerce businesses. Building a personal brand is probably the best thing you can do in 2024 and moving forward. You know what I mean?
No, I agree, man. And it's really interesting because when you build out a personal brand, there are so many benefits. I want you to think about the last crypto run we had, which was, what was it, like 2021 maybe was the last crypto run we had. And NFTs started popping up everywhere, right? It was the craze. And certain people benefited massively by creating their own NFTs.
Facts.
But who were those people?
People who have personal brand.
That were building their personal brand.
100%.
Literally, people that had just spent years building their personal brand and working on it, they fell into millions of dollars because they had their personal brand already ready to go. Look at Logan Paul.
Right.
He went crazy with the crypto, with the NFTs, made a ton of money. Some people think that it was a crime, but nonetheless, he was able to do that because of the personal brand. So definitely I totally agree with what you're saying, man.
Also, remember Tom Bilyeu?
Yep.
Tom Bilyeu had his
NFT, actually.
We got his NFTs, a couple of them, right? Yep. So Tom Bilyeu started getting into the NFTs, and I think he's still doing it. The thing is kind of, it's not really popular to talk about anymore, but he got into it and he probably made a lot of money selling NFTs. But why was that? Because he had a personal brand.
Gary V,
right? Gary V, definitely. Right. So now, what is building a personal brand, right? Building a personal brand is leveraging social media to get awareness into what it is that who you are, what you do, get people to just vibe with you and lock in with you and start to build a community. Because one thing that we've realized about all successful companies that I've ever analyzed, every single one of them are all building some kind of community. They're not just out here just selling a product with no kind of community on the back end or some kind of culture that they're bringing in. Think about Apple, right? Apple obviously has a huge brand, one of the best brands in the world. And they have successfully just literally like created this pocket where it's like, yo, they're like alienating anyone else who doesn't have an Apple, right?
Facts.
And it's kind of funny, like me and him used to have separate phones back in the day, and this was one of our ongoing beefs. Like I would talk about his Droid constantly, right?
Don't hate on the Droid, bro. Don't hate on the Droid.
By the way, any Droids watching right now, like y'all got to stop it. Listen.
Yeah, you do, because I made the switch finally. But I do agree with you, bro. Yeah, I do agree. Like, community is everything, and the driver of community is the personal brand. Hormozy just invested in School, which is another community building type of platform. Which honestly, anything Hormozy does, he's in tune with the future. So like, if he's betting big on community, then you know that community is where you want to be. You want to create a community of like-minded individuals that'll rock with you. And the 100%. Beauty of community is that it doesn't matter how advanced AI gets. It doesn't matter what type of robotic automation things they got going on. You cannot AI a community. A community is all about the individual. It's all about the personal brand and your thoughts and your beliefs and your charisma, right? Like, it's all about that. So that's the beauty of community. And you brought up a good point, man, because the personal brand is the perfect way to drive people in to a community where you can start to sell your products, sell your courses, which is another thing we want to get into today as well.
Definitely. And if you're wondering, okay, I know I need to create a personal brand because this is the time to do it, right? And I want to like remind you guys, listen, we had the rise of the government. We had the rise of the corporation. We are now in the rise of the individual personal brand. Now we have the power. You sitting here watching me right now, you guys can literally go off and start creating content and start building a massive following, talking about the things that you love to talk about. And God, by the way, you can make money talking about anything. I truly believe it. Like, and if you guys don't believe me, go to Instagram and look up this Instagram account called Breadface. Bro,
I knew you were going to say that too.
You knew I was going to, because it's the most ridiculous thing ever, right? If you just go watch it. But for those of y'all who don't want to look at it, it literally is this chick and she's on Instagram and all she does is she puts bread on a table and she just plops her face in bread and just rolls her face around in bread.
Yo, it's crazy. And you know what I did? This was probably like last year. I actually took a look at what she had going on as far as monetization. And she does have that. Actually, let me share my screen because I'm going to show y'all who Breadface is, just so y'all know. Just so y'all know how ridiculous.
Because I want y'all to, I don't want anyone in here to think like, man, I can't make money. I love Ninja Turtles. I can't make money talking about Ninja Turtles. Yes, you can.
Yep.
I guarantee you. So
this is Breadface, okay? Breadface blog, 160K followers. But look at what she's doing on these videos. She's literally, dang, I got to log in. So I can't give y'all the full sauce. But she's taking the bread and she's smashing her face on it. And that's literally it. But look what she has here that's very key. She has a link in her bio that takes people to a place where they can subscribe to a subscription where she's smashing bread on her face. So y'all, like, this is really big. These are the things that you can do within your brand. Not smash bread on your face, but these are things that you can do within your brand and within your business, y'all.
But if you have something that you care about and you're passionate about, I'm telling you, you guys can build a community around it and you can make more money than you can ever imagine with a relatively small community and not have to work for some job and be a slave to some cubicle. And like having someone tell you when you can go to work and what time you can come home and what time you can talk to your spouse and when you can go home and see your kids.
No.
What are we talking about?
That's ridiculous. And just to let y'all know it's possible, we actually have students who have done this. Like, I want you to think about this. Even if you're married to your 9-to-5 and you love your job, you can still make money from becoming a course creator. One of our students, his name is Maurice. he's a truck driver. He has these cargo vans, and he delivers medical supplies across the country. And I had noticed that he was doing really well at his job. He was making good money at his job. So I told him, like, yo, bro, you should create a coaching consulting program based off of that, because I know there's a ton of individuals out there that would love to be in your shoes. And here's one thing I want y'all to internalize. What's easy to you is difficult to others in a lot of cases, meaning that you're doing these remedial tasks day in and day out, and you may seem like it's not a big deal because you know it so well, but there's people out there that would look at you and your position in such envy because they want to be where you're at.
Facts.
And they want to know what you know.
Yep.
So anyway, Maurice, he went ahead and created his coaching consulting program. Obviously, we helped him to build everything out. And at its height, he was doing around $11,000 to $12,000 per month consulting on the side, teaching these individuals who wanted to be where he was at. What would an extra 10 to 12K do for you on the side? This was a side thing, right? But that's what you can do. So I don't want anyone out here to discount their knowledge, because you have a skill set that other people desire, and you can be charging and making money from it, and you can be changing the lives of others and helping them change their family, which is honestly the most gratifying part of this whole thing.
And when you build a personal brand, honestly, the best thing that you can sell is digital products. I'm telling you right now, and I don't think anybody can convince me otherwise, because we've been in both sides. We actually started selling physical products, right? And it's not that you can't make money selling physical products. You definitely can. But if you think about the physical products, well, you get a physical product, you have products that you have to pay for. So you have a lower margin. Honestly, what like normal e-commerce stores are going to be like 15, 20, 25% profit margins, right? But that's not even it. You also have to ship the products out, and shipping costs money. And then when you ship stuff out, you have things breaking, people returning stuff. And if you're shipping internationally, you have to go over borders and go over customs. And there's all types of issues that we dealt with that.
Oh, Lord.
Right?
Yes.
So that's what you have to deal with when it comes to selling physical products, right? But when you sell digital products, it's 97% in profit margin. The only 3% is the merchant fee that you have to pay for Stripe or PayPal when they buy it. 97% profit margin. That means if you sell a $100 product, 97 of that is yours. And not only just that, but as soon as they buy it, it's instantly in their email. There is no shipping. It's instant delivery, right? So it's like, it's such a game changer. You guys need to be selling digital products. And I don't care if you're a coach, consultant, e-commerce, like we have trainings that teach people how to do this.
For sure.
It's absolutely incredible. And
but like you talking about that particular topic of the 97%, that's a great benefit of digital products. But you know what the ultimate benefit of digital products is, bro, is the fact that you create it one time and then you can sell it an infinite amount of times. It does not matter if you get 1 million people in today that want to buy your digital product. You're going to have the inventory because you have unlimited inventory when you're selling digital products. You literally do the work one time. And then as long as you have good automation set up, as soon as they buy, it gets sent directly to them.
I'm telling you, it's a whole new life. I'm telling you, this is how you start making money when you're sleeping. I know you guys have heard all this, like talk about, man, I want to make money when I sleep, make money while I sleep. I'm telling you right now, this is how you do it. And once you start making money while you're sleeping, it's hard to go back to making money when you're awake. Like I'm telling you, so if anybody out there right now is thinking like, okay, dang, that sounds great. I want to build a personal brand and start selling digital products, but damn, I don't even really know what to sell. Like, I don't even know what niche I should get into. Right? That's actually a big problem that people come to us with. And we actually created an AI tool that will help you define your niche. And all you have to do is like fill out like 3 questions, right? Because yes, you can go to ChatGPT and all that good stuff. But what we've realized is that ChatGPT is amazing, but a lot of people don't know how to use ChatGPT. They don't know the right prompts to say. They don't know how to talk to the AI to get the best results. So we created our own AI tool. And it will literally ask you 3 questions, and it will pop up some amazing, unique niche ideas that you can start implementing instantly, right? We'll drop the link in the chat if you guys want to check it out. It's completely free. Check it out. Get your niche together. And then once you get your niche together, then you can start developing courses, developing digital products. And there's so many different ways to do it. But I want you to think about kind of like going back to what you said a second ago, bro. What comes to easy to you a lot of times is difficult for others, and that's your superpower. And I want you to think about what is something that you just understand, and something that you're just good at that most people are just not as good at, right? That knowledge, that experience, that expertise that you have in your mind is a gold mine. And right now, you're just sitting on a gold mine, and it's just sitting there collecting dust. And meanwhile, there's so many people out here that are trying to figure out how to make money online. Like they're searching around, looking all over the place for ways to make money. And then they're literally sitting on it. Right. So what we want you to do is take that knowledge that you have in your mind, take it out, extract it, put it into some kind of course or curriculum, and charge people to get access to it. And I'm telling you, it will change your life.
Yo, there's so many angles I could bring this right now, but what I want to talk about that time back in I think it was like 2016, 2017, bro. And we had just wrapped up like another record month in our e-commerce brand. And at that point we had done over $200,000 in revenue. And so you know how we get down, bro. We were like, yo, like we can be out here and we could be teaching other people this same skill set, and we could be helping other people to do the same thing we did. And we were in this mentorship program at the time, and there was a lot of people that were operating at a high level in that mentorship, doing millions of dollars. We weren't there yet. But the funny thing is, when we told the other people in the group that we were going to start a coaching program, they literally sat here and told us, yo, bro, I don't think that's a really good idea. You know, y'all have done 200K, but I've done millions of dollars, and I'm not even trying to start coaching yet. I don't think I'm there yet. So if I'm not there yet, you guys ain't there yet either. Like, people were literally telling us not to do this. Thank God we didn't listen to them. We went ahead with it anyway. We sold our business. We gained a lot of knowledge in the process of working our e-commerce brand over the years. And what we decided to do was package that thing up and start selling it. And I will never forget, bro, our first webinar that we did. You remember that? You remember our first webinar we did?
Was man, were we already back in Florida?
Nah, you were in Florida.
I was in Florida. Okay.
I was still in Atlanta.
I remember. Yeah.
Yeah. So we decided, like, yo, bro, like, we didn't know nothing about webinars, by the way, but we were like, yo, bro, we should just do a webinar, and we should just promote it to all of our friends on Facebook and Instagram. And we put together this webinar, and looking back, I mean, it wasn't the greatest webinar as far as webinar strategy goes, but because of that webinar, that was literally the seed that gave us the confidence to continue to push. Because even though we didn't sell anything, we had people that were interested. Although we were charging $2,000 for our package, we had people interested, and that's all we needed to see was that people were interested. That showed us, yo, we have a viable product. And from that point forward, it's been go time.
Crazy. And I still remember, like, you know, shout out to our first student, Mike Hagan, right?
Yep.
Our first student was Mike Hagan. I think we charged him $1,500 or $2,000. And the reason why we're telling you this is because people told us not to coach because we weren't at the level that they thought we needed to be at. But what we're telling you guys from experience is that you don't need to be at the finish line. You just need to be one step ahead of the people you're teaching. And what I want you guys to understand is that you should coach from where you're at, right? Coach from where you're at. You don't have to, like, go out and say, I'm going to teach you how to build a 7-figure brand if you haven't built a 7-figure brand yet, right? But what you can do is you can say, hey, if you're just getting started, for instance, and you're making like $2,000, $3,000 a month in your business, guess what? You can now go off and teach the people who haven't started yet. You can teach the people who haven't started their business, hey, I've started a brand and I'm making around $3,000 a month right now, and I've learned some things along the way, and I can help you get to at least where I'm at right now. And the thing is there are hundreds of thousands, probably millions of people who are in that position who would love to get where you're at. Right? So coach from where you're at. Don't think that you need to be at your ultimate goal just to start going.
No.
And
we were earning while we were learning. We were coaching people while we were still getting coached and learning more skill sets. And that's a very important trait that all of y'all watching need to understand. Be a lifelong learner, right? continue to learn. You got students here that are learning from you. It's your duty to continue to learn, because the things that you absorb, you can now bestow upon them as well. And it is a crime, in my opinion, it is a crime if you have a coach that's supposed to be teaching you things that isn't still learning, that isn't a lifelong learner, that doesn't have a mentor. It is a crime for someone to coach you that is not continuing to learn. It is very important for y'all to continue to educate yourself, because honestly, things are changing so fast. It's like microwavable society out here. Everything is changing very quickly. And if you're not staying on top of it, then you're doing your students a disservice. So I wanted to put that out there because, you know, a lot of times people are interested in the money and making money. And, you know, the money's great. The money's dope. It's really good. Yes. Digital products, all of that. But if you are not putting your best foot forward and continuing to learn, that is a crime that you're doing to your students. So always be a lifelong learner.
Never ever want to let your teaching outgrow your learning, ever. Right? We should get like a pair of handcuffs for these coaches out here, right? We should for these coaches who don't have a coach, we got to put y'all in coaching jail. Right?
Ooh, I like that.
You know what I mean? We got to put them in coaching jail, bro, because we always have a coach.
Yep.
Right? We're constantly reinvesting into our education because we know things are always changing. Right. Yep. And I always want to stay 20 steps, 30 steps, 40 steps ahead of anyone that I'm teaching, so that no matter what question people ask us in our mentorship program, we got an answer for it. Yeah. Right. And even if we don't have an answer for it, we have a next level mentorship that we can tap into and get an answer, you know, and that's what people pay for. For all my people out here that are starting a coaching program, you got to remember, essentially what you're doing is you're helping people accelerate their progress. That's what you're doing. And let me ask you this, whatever it is that you're doing right now, let me ask you this. If someone came to you and they were brand new and they were trying to get into the industry that you were into, do you believe that you could teach them a couple things that could help them avoid a bunch of unnecessary mistakes? Do you think that you can help them save some unnecessary wasted money, wasted time? Right? Absolutely, you could. That is the gold I'm talking about. That is that acceleration power that we're talking about. Because if you don't give them that knowledge, well, guess what? They're going to go off and make all them damn mistakes and bump their head and waste a bunch of money. Right? Just like with our mentorship, people want to learn Facebook ads and they want to build coaching programs, but they go off and do it themselves and they waste so much money and time doing things that were never going to work in the first place. And then they got to come back over to us and they got to invest and work with us and fix all the stuff that they messed up.
Yep.
When it would have been a better idea to just do it right from the start, you know? So you have a lot of power and you have a lot of gold to give your audience and your people, man, you know, and don't think that you're not. So anyway, building a personal brand, dude, best thing you can do in 2024, selling digital products, selling courses. It's such an incredible opportunity. And if you guys aren't tapping into it.
Yeah, 100%, bro. Like y'all got to tap into this. It doesn't matter what you do. I don't care if you're out here basket weaving.
Nope.
You need to be focused on building your brand, building your personal brand, and selling your information so that other people learn how to basket weave. You know what I'm saying? It's that simple. And I want to kind of segue here to the top creators of 2023. Forbes recently released the top creators of 2023. Actually, it was a few months ago they released this, but I thought that it was a good teaching moment that we could show y'all as to why it's so important to be building your personal brand, because these cats on this list are making money, not like little. They making athlete money out here.
Okay, right? Let's see what you got, man.
Yeah.
So remember, success leaves clues, guys. Success leaves clues. You know, so always remember that. Like, if these people are doing this, they're only doing it for one reason. It's because it's making money, right?
Because it's making money, y'all.
Pay attention.
So this is the Forbes list. This is the Forbes top creators of 2023 list. It's 1 through 50. I want to spotlight just a few different creators here. Some of them that you know about, some of them that you might not know. But I want to really pinpoint like the money they're making, right? Obviously, we know and love Mr. Beast. Mr. Beast is out here shattering record after record, doing a lot of amazing things. We know about Mr. Beast. He's making $82 million per year. Okay. Now this dude KSI does a lot of different things with Logan Paul. They have a drink together. He's doing fights. Actually, their drink, Prime Hydration, is actually the official drink of FC Barcelona, UFC, and Arsenal. So check this out, though. The reason why KSI is able to do these things is because he's leveraging his personal brand. KSI got really popular from doing games. He was doing a lot of FIFA stuff and being a gamer, and he got really popular. But now he's able to leverage his personal brand to go out here and get deals with these bigger brands. He linked with Logan Paul, which isn't nothing to sneeze at. You know what I'm saying? $24 million a year he's making. Jake Paul, we've talked about Jake Paul already on the show. Y'all know my admiration for Jake Paul because it does a really good job at being polarizing. And it's worked for him and his brother. You know, he's making $34 million a year, but again, it's that personal brand that allowed him to be in the position that he's in today, right? This dude right here is mad funny. I don't know if you've seen him on Instagram or TikTok, bro. He's the dude that doesn't talk. Literally, he just shows his face and makes like facial expressions, but he doesn't talk on his TikToks. And he's going crazy too. Kabi, I think his name is. He's going crazy too. He's somewhere on this list. Rhett and Link. Let me find Logan Paul, 21 million. Elliot to F Jerry is what his name is. Jerry.
Yeah, I remember him.
Yeah, $30 million a year.
And here's the thing too, like with that guy right there, F Jerry, we're gonna keep it PG up in here.
Yep.
Right. His page doesn't even show him at all.
Faceless.
It's a faceless brand. So for those of y'all who are out here like, man, I want to build a personal brand. That sounds interesting, but I don't want to be putting my face all over the camera. He doesn't. All he does is show hilarious viral videos, and that's it. And he's built a huge following just doing that, and people don't even know what he looks like until now with this article.
30 million a year.
No face.
So essentially the theme of this, I'm gonna just keep scrolling while we talk, but the theme of this is create a personal brand, y'all. This is the dude Kabi. Okay. He's making 16 million. He has 244 million followers on TikTok.
Sheesh. And
look at this though. This is what I found really interesting. For you to feature your product on his page, he's charging $750,000. For you to be like, yo, I have this brand and I want you to be an influencer for my brand. This is his price.
$700,000 though. That's the thing. It's probably worth it.
Absolutely.
You know what I mean? If you got a product and he goes off and promotes it to his 240 million people, you're going to make a damn return. So by you becoming an influencer and you building this personal brand, not only are you helping yourself by making a bunch of money, but you're actually being able to, you're in a position that you have a platform to help other people and promote products that you believe in. Exactly. It's a win-win, right? And if you're not building a personal brand, guess what? You're selfish. I said it. You're being selfish.
That's like a double entendre or something, bro. If you're not building
a personal brand, you're being selfish. Because like if you can't help other, like the more you build your personal brand and the more awareness and the bigger platform that you have, the more you can help the world with whatever cause it is that you want to, put out there. You can put on great products that you believe in. You can put on other great influencers and other messages that you want to spread. Right. But if you want to be lazy and sit on a couch and never build anything, then you're being selfish. Right. Simple. So you guys should be building this personal brand. And I know somebody out there is asking themselves, man, how do I build a personal brand? How do I actually do this? Right. And we can only speak, up to our experience. We built a decent personal brand at this point. We're still growing, but we have the thing about us is we have a larger community offline. And when I say offline, I mean off of social media, right? Our list is bigger than our social media following. And that's actually the truth. You can, and by the way, you should be doing the same thing, because what happens if Instagram kicks you off tomorrow and you don't have a list? You're screwed. What happens if your Facebook account gets hacked and you can't reach out to your customers anymore, right? You guys have got to be focusing on building your list, which we're constantly talking to our community about. Grow your list, grow your list. We have the Grow Your List Challenge. If you want to learn how to grow your list in 3 days and really literally get your mind melted in 3 days with strategies, we'll drop the link in there as well. We got one coming up soon. You can check that out. But definitely be getting all of your followers off of social media and onto a list. But anyway, what I was saying was, how do you build a personal brand? And it's one word: authenticity, in my opinion. Authenticity is the way that you do it. Learn how to be yourself and just put yourself out there. Because when you are yourself and you are your authentic, genuine you will naturally attract your tribe, and you will automatically repel people who are not your tribe. It's the perfect filtration. Authenticity is the perfect filtration system. Because if you're really yourself, well, let's do the inverse. Let's say you're out here just trying to be like somebody else and you're acting and impersonating and posing. Well, then you might attract people that you don't even click with. So then they come into your community, and eventually the truth comes to the top, and they realize, oh, you're not even the person who I thought you were. And then not even just that, but now you got to deal with a bunch of people who you don't even like.
Yo, it's way harder. It's way harder to lie than it is to tell the truth. Telling the truth is easy. Lying is like a 40-hour-a-week job. Lying, you know what I'm saying? So you want to operate with integrity in everything that you do. Don't try and be this person over here. Just be you. Look at Oprah. And I always use this example, but Oprah's one of the GOATs. Oprah is a billionaire. When she entered the talk show space, it was her and it was a few others in the game, but a lot of people didn't think that she would be successful because she was just this black lady from, I forget, Mississippi or somewhere like that, right? And she was like a newscaster, but she did it anyway. She started anyway. She decided that she was still going to do that talk show, and she was going to add a twist to it because she was literally just being herself the whole entire time, being the authentic her. She laughed with you. Yeah. She cried with you. She gave you cars. She did giveaways. She had actors on and actresses, and it was really heartfelt. But what she was doing that whole time was building trust with her audience and attracting the tribe that resonated with her personality.
Yo, and you know what she wasn't though? You know what she wasn't though?
What's that?
Perfect.
That's a bar.
She wasn't perfect.
And that's the thing, man. The done is better than perfect, right? A lot of times people sit here and they try and figure out, oh, how do I get this a little bit better before I release this? Or how do I tweak this before I release this? Just do it.
Do it. That's how you do it.
Done.
Right. And kind of piggybacking off what you said earlier, I think that was, I don't want to go over that. Right. And because that was big. Right. You said lying is hard. Telling the truth is easy. Right. Let's put it to him like this. Lying is easy on the front end and hard on the back end.
Facts.
But telling the truth is hard on the front end, but easy on the back end.
You know what else? You know what else is like that, bro? You know what else is similar to telling the truth? Is creating a digital product. Because creating a digital product, it's a little hard at the front end because you're putting in the work to craft out this course. So you're putting in the work to craft out whatever it is. But once it's done, it's done. Just like telling the truth. Once you tell the truth and it's out there, you're free to be the authentic you.
And that's what we want to alleviate you guys of all these false beliefs in your mind. Like, oh my God, the way I look, I'm not white enough, black enough. I'm not tall enough. I'm a girl. I'm a guy. I'm unidentified. Dude, remember bread face. Okay. There is a tribe for you. Trust me when I say you don't need a huge tribe. You just need a smaller group of a percentage of the world. Remember, there are almost 5 billion people actively on social media right now. You don't need the whole world to love what it is that you do for you to have you only need like a small little percentage of a percentage of people to rock with you for you to make more money than you even know how to spend. Right. So you got to be authentic when you put your stuff out there, and you got to, remember that, like we said earlier, perfection doesn't exist. Right. And nobody, and I know when I say that, like, I know what people think. Like, I know you're like, dude, this is the most basic advice ever. I know perfection doesn't exist. Duh. But it's so hilarious though, bro, because like when I say that, but then yet people are still out here waiting for the perfect time to start. They're waiting on the perfect backdrop to start their video. They're waiting on the perfect camera. They're waiting on the perfect time for their kids to get out of school. All these things, and you're waiting on something that doesn't exist. So by definition, you are a crazy person because you are waiting for something that doesn't exist, even though you know it doesn't exist. Perfection doesn't exist. And here's the other side of that. Even if you were perfect, no one else would resonate with you because no one else is perfect, right? So get out of your own way, get over yourself, if I can be honest with you, and just start turning the camera on. Or if you don't want to be on camera, figure out a brand, start figuring out how to build a faceless channel, do the work, start building a personal brand and start taking care of your family, living up to your potential, right? Because you have way more to give to the world right now. And you're basically just sitting on a gold mine, and you know it too. And so here's the thing, maybe before this podcast, you didn't know it, but now you do.
Now you know.
And now you don't have no excuses, right?
Just do it.
So there's never been a better time ever in history. And this is why we're always so hyped up, dude. Like if you guys are any of our events or in our inner circle, you guys know we're always like this.
Yep.
I feel like we're in the best time ever to try to build a business, right? If you were trying to build a business 40 years ago, dude, that was hard. I'm sure that was damn near impossible. Because why? Because you were in the age of the corporation. You had to either be on top of the corporation or on the bottom. But if you wanted to make some money, or you had to be a part of a corporation somehow. You were not going to be an influencer in 1960 and make money.
Nah.
That didn't exist, right? Now you can turn on a camera, start talking about stuff, and you can go viral. We have students that go viral, millions of views, just talking about things that they're passionate about.
In this day and age, it doesn't matter when you start or how old you are. Because you just brought up the perfect example of our student, Jose. He's 58 years old. He recently started his TikTok and then creates one video and it has 2.4 million views. Went absolutely crazy out here. So that should be encouraging to all of y'all watching. I don't care if you haven't started yet. Don't ever feel like someone has lapped you in their progress, because your chapters are built differently than theirs. Right? You might be on chapter 1, but they're on chapter 30. It's just a different book that they're rocking with, right? But it doesn't matter, because as long as you keep your head down, stay away from the comparison trap, because a lot of times people like to compare themselves to others, and if they're not at that level that person's at, then it's just like, oh, I don't want to start now. Like, I've waited so long. I always doubt myself. No, just do it. Start now. It is 2024. It is the time to take the action, put yourself out there. Start the business, start the coaching program, because at the end of 2024, your future self is going to give you a big old hug because of the fact that you decided today that this year is going to be a lot different than my previous years.
And to piggyback off that, man, you guys have not missed the wave. I'm telling you guys right now. I know what some of y'all are thinking, like, man, I missed the wave. I should have got into this like 6-7 years ago. And that's true. You should have. But today, you can still get it going. You have not missed a wave. We're just getting started, right? Now, with that being said, though, I can guarantee you the same thing that you're trying to build today is going to be 100 times harder to do in 5 years. Do not mistake the fact that you have all the time in the world. Just because I'm saying you haven't missed a wave doesn't mean that you got all the damn time in the world to start your business. Because in 5 years, it's going to get even crazier, because the thing is, remember, like, you guys got to understand the law of polarity, right? And the law of polarity basically says that everything in the universe has an equal opposite, right? That's why we have left, right, up, down, in, out, day, night, right? Dark, light. That's a fact of the universe. So you have to understand that everything in the universe has to abide by the law of polarity. So with this like surgence of online business, right? We have to understand that, yes, it is now easier to make money online ever in history, right? Because we got all the tools, we got all the social media accounts, we can access all these different things for pretty much free. Like, it's stupid, right? Now that is the positive, but guess what? There's an equal and opposite negative. And that equal and opposite negative is there is way more competition now. right? There's way more competition. There's a lot of people out here trying to do it. So there's a lot of crap that you got to cut through. But that competition is only going to get more and more and more as you go. So the only way to beat the competition is to get started now, right? Because that's one of the reasons why we're successful, if I can be honest, man. Like, it's not that we're some special dudes and we have this special talent. Like, I don't really believe that to be true. I think we're pretty average guys. The thing that I would say that is above average about us is our belief in ourselves. That's what's above average about us. We see a play and we run after it, dude. We take
100%.
action. We took action a lot faster than most people around us. And that's why we're at the place where we're at, and why we are going to the places where we're going. So you've got to start adopting that same identity about yourself, believe in yourself, know that you can do this, and start taking action fast so that you can catch this trend. Because I'm telling you, if you don't catch it now, dude, the train is moving.
It's going to leave you. It's going to leave you, y'all. So, yo, I think this is a good place to wrap it up for this episode of Mouthful of Marketing. I think this was our best one, to be honest with you, because we gave y'all a lot of game that you can use. And even if this video encourages one person to start that coaching program or start that business, our job is done. But I feel like it's going to be a lot more people are influenced by this video.
I think so too, man. And drop some comments below if you guys are like, have any questions about starting your personal brand. Like we said earlier, we're going to leave a link in the description for our AI tool that will help you identify what your niche should be based off of your specific skill sets, your specific interest, and all that kind of stuff. It's pretty incredible tool, man. I mean, honestly, it's way better than ChatGPT, way easier, right? So click the link to check it out. Definitely share this with somebody who you feel like could also benefit from hearing these words and getting this inspiration and getting the fire started, because we all need that push, man. So with that being the case, man, we will wrap it up. Mouthful of Marketing, episode 4. We out of here. See y'all next week.
Peace, y'all.